Hello and welcome to another BIM one-on-one event, now with ArchiCAD versus OpenBuildings. I am Gustavo Ferreiro, the host of this event, and I have this event sponsored by BIM Week and BIM Campus. And we have here Claudio Lima, architect, urbanist and technologies, senior BIM manager, architect and partner of Arpador in Portugal, in Europe, and one of the most recognized experts in ArchiCAD in the world, in the ArchiCAD system, not on ArchiCAD, but in the ArchiCAD system. Hello, Claudio.
Hello, thank you, Gustavo.
Okay, and Silvio, architect, urbanist and technologies. It's quite usual, this kind of profile, me too. Senior BIM manager are Parsec and the CTO of Parsec BDC. A consultancy is in Sao Paulo, Brazil, but working at global level. A Bentley senior consultant with a large experience in Bentley software, not only architecture, but most of all infrastructure, by the way, specializing in education and training in Industry 4.0. Also, Claudio has a quite important role in education and training in the system ArchiCAD. Okay, thank you for being here, and let's start this event. This event is divided as all the BIM one-on-one from BIM systems in 4 blocks. The first block is BIM performance, is more centered in modeling, BIM performance, technology, performance automation, and maintenance. The values for the companies and for the professionals. The second block is collaboration, system of collaboration, collaboration and co-design. Third block is more centered in cybersecurity, security, and privacy. A lot of issues there. And the final block, the fourth block, is centered in the decision-making with IPD and eco-efficiency, decision-making by the client and the implementation and the capabilities of these 2 great systems to comply with the IPD requirements, okay? Hello, both of you. And first question, Claudio. And on the other blocks, we change, okay? And interrupt me whenever you need. The first question is, which is the system, which is the kind of system in architecture is based your system in? ArchiCAD and OpenBuildings. And the first question is, ArchiCAD is based on the architecture of one file, multi-file, I don't know. Tell me.
ArchiCAD is very flexible this way. You have you can work alone, and you can work alone with several files, and you can work with several files with several people at the same time.
But it's based on one file.
One file is the base. Okay, yeah. I have one base, and then I can split as a start.
Oh, I understand. If you can extend your question because the modules, no, or something.
Yes,
like
yes, exactly.
Okay, I understand.
Modules, yeah.
Okay, but okay.
The file is one file. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And OpenBuildings has a different approach with multi-files. The project files can be separated in multiple files, and also the information can be organized in less files or more files depending on the structure you're planning on to work on.
Okay. The system, the architecture system requires to be understand, and the skills are important for understand the overall system. You can, the learning curve is complicated to understand the system, or is a little easy? Not so easy, but a little easy. What is your opinion?
Everything is easy. You just have to start. But ArchiCAD is easy. The curve is easy and very quickly to evolve.
Yes. Skills are very important for OpenBuilding because it's not only about architecture or engineering skills, but also about programming skills to understand how to organize the information within the system. So there's another skill involved here.
Okay. About performance, the first question is: you are comfortable and you advise that the performance 21 year 21 is good, no issues. You are comfortable?
Yes, it's amazing and it works very good.
Very good. Okay, thank you. Silvio?
Yes, it's good enough for OpenBuildings.
Good enough. Okay, second chance. Large projects. The performance is seems to be the worst scenario, the worst case scenario. Claudio, okay with ArchiCAD?
Yes, we can manage larger projects by using modules or by using modules, basic modules or teamwork. But okay, it's no problem for ArchiCAD.
Okay. And Silvio?
Buildings can manage larger files, larger projects, but it's tricky. You have to plan ahead and you have to organize the information previously.
But the performance is okay for you?
Performance is okay.
Okay. Second question is the advance, is the future, because hardware, the future is increase the hardware and speed of internet, or the maker, your software maker of the system are doing some things. Do you expect only hardware and software, or do you expect that the software maker is doing a good job in the future?
Yes. We have lots of asking things to do in ArchiCAD. Clients are always want more, so we are expecting always better machines, better software, and better operating systems. This increase lots of workflow.
Okay. Okay.
It's expected to be better, of course, with better hardware. We have better performance in the future. Sure. We expect the systems to work better with the resources available.
Okay, and the last question that arises in the past, being one-on-one, and performance is about good skills. Good skills about knowing the system, how to organize the system, how it works, because it's a system. It's not. It's a piece of software, okay, but it's a system, and you have multi-file, only one file managed. I don't know. We see in the collaborative, but you know. Which percent of the performance you attribute to the good skills in the system by the modelers, okay, by the coordinators, by the people that are working in your system, the impact on your system?
I'm a very 45-50%. I don't do less than that. It will increase a lot of. Yes.
Okay.
I understand a person with system skills, let's say the system manager, is if he has the right skills, the person can perform better. At least is 40%, but this is one person, so we have to understand if he manages the whole team, he can increase the performance overall, but this is different. This skilled person has better performance, of course, he has the better, but he can improve the others without the skills, about 10 to 20%.
How much, sorry?
10 to 20%.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's talk about automation. Two things, automation about tasks, that is avoid the waste of time and increase the productivity, okay? And automation design, that is a kind of different thing. Now we are talking about how ArchiCAD and OpenBuildings automate the task. That is, this 20% of the activities are 80% of the time, you know, and you know where it is and how to automate, and has the tools, the system to increase the productivity and decrease the time, automate things. How ArchiCAD automate things and how OpenBuildings automate tasks.
Okay, in kind of automation, first you have to do the right things, to put the things, everything organized, everything in folders and something like that. And for example, you have a publisher, you can publish in which format you want, PDF, whatever, just in a simple click. So if you just have to organize everything, so you can with a click get automation done, results.
Okay, OpenBuildings, beside that, of course, organization is the key point, and a good system manager is the second. But for and then you have the tools to use that to automate tasks. For example, generative component is a tool to automate several operations, and also you have the programming tools to create.
But a usual modeler, not a programmer.
Okay, so the modeler can use the tools. Inside tools, they have inside tools to operate directly to automate some tasks, using macros, for example.
Okay, that's in conclusion, there is tools there in the system, but also knowing the system is the right way to automate and to know how to avoid waste of time, no?
Okay.
In modeling. Okay, and the other part is quite different. Is automation, design automation. It's more algorithmic environments, algorithmic design environments. Which is your system and how it works, how this automation works.
We have tools that can do some information on programming, GDL, but a better way is OpenBIM, that we can use direct link to Grasshopper, Rhino, and then if someone have done a good job with Rhino, for example, why should Graphisoft copy the system, the software of Rhino, and put it in ArchiCAD? No, just joint venture and we work together.
Okay.
Okay, this is the point. OpenBuilding has the generative component to do this automation.
Okay, let's go to the maintenance. That's the point of using your experience or several tasks that are needed to proceed to start a project or to go on with the project. Not really a value of the project, but is task, for example, IT, if there is somebody needed for the IT of the system to proceed and maintain the system, the collaboration, etc., or how you maintain the whole system prepared for starting the modeling of a new project or continue with the project. You know what I mean? It's hours spent in tasks or tasks that are needed to do in the maintenance. Less tasks is better. Okay.
One of the important things that always insist on my implementations is that you have to have create a good template, a good base of working. You have to have all the walls, all the favorites. I use this, I use that, the layers, everything. If everything is well done, quite organized, then you just have to sit down and work, because you don't have to think about, oh, this wall will be in which pane or which layer. No, you just know that everything must go to the right place, because you have all the rules where to put everything. So doing the template is a major and important thing. Not take such a much time, but it's amazing for working.
But saves time then, no?
Saves a lot of, yes. It's not a question you must not have. You must have. You have to.
In a lean approach, as you know, the question is avoid wastes, not working so much for nothing, and don't waste time that is not needed. Then don't create value. That's the point. Silvio?
Yes, this is an important point. We have to plan ahead and organize first, but sometimes we don't have all the information to start the project about all the components we have to do. So the system must be able to include during the execution of the project, we have to be able to include more components, for example, during that. And this is the point where a good system manager, let's say a skilled user who knows how to organize this information, is important because he will be able to understand where are the points that will affect the project in the end, so he can plan beforehand which components or information will be flexible enough to change during a project, and which are, let's say, frozen because you can change some information before after it's applied in a system.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yes, it increases performance, of course.
Yeah, I know, but in my conclusion, that is quite different systems, one based on a template, in this case, not the whole system, but point by point is based on a template, the strategy is the template. On the other side is OpenBuildings has a more complex system, but create a profile that are organizing everything and getting information and keeping the information from an experience from other projects. It's a template guy, no? He or her are a template guy, really, and then are different, but are keeping this experience. One is the system itself, the project, the last project, and the other organized the template by a BIM manager, and the other is more based on the people, based on the skills of this BIM manager for each project. I guess so. Some comments about my conclusion, because it's the comparison between the two.
I think the point is that OpenBuildings separates the files in a way that you can create templates for the project, but you can also create the templates for
the whole system.
The project files. They are so separated that you can separate pieces of the templates to use in different projects, for example.
Yeah, you have this background. Okay, but it's more direct in the case of ArchiCAD than OpenBuildings. I don't know the performance, but that's the system. I am understanding the comparison. It's not good or bad. We see with the whole BIM 101. Okay, let's go to the second block that is completely different and is completely mixed with this part of modeling and performance and architecture. It's collaboration. First the architecture, then the collaboration relationship, and then co-design, that is the relationship with others, how we integrate. In the architectural collaboration, which is the solution? Which is the BIM server, the BIM server in common data environment, I don't know, which is the solution that used to coordinate all the people that are modeling the same project. I guess it's impossible to coordinate in the same BIM server OpenBuildings in ArchiCAD because there is no multi-platform BIM server, I guess, but I don't know. Yeah, I expect the best. And then Silvio, we start with you in this block, I guess, to change the term. And then how it works, the collaboration architecture of OpenBuildings, how it works.
OpenBuildings uses the project choice solution, which can be locally installed in a local server or in the cloud. They are different architectures, but if you have the local server solution, for example, you can manage all the programs that are installed in your computer to work or to operate under project choice. That includes any Microsoft Office and Adobe and so on. So ArchiCAD and Outline could work under project choice, but just as a documentation organizer,
Okay.
can open the solution to see the document.
Okay. But the BIM server is project-wise, and you say that the common data environment can be for others, but for others for elsewhere, BIM software, no? It is
Yes,
all documents and, okay. The CD, it's CD and BIM server at the same time.
Yes, they can work both at the same time because that's can be information related to any file that relates to the project, for example.
Yeah, that match the expectations also as a common data environment or something like that.
Yes.
Claudio?
ArchiCAD works with BIM clouds. We have two kinds of BIM. We have a BIM cloud and the BIM cloud basic. We can install it on a cloud, or you can install it on a server, a private server. In this kind, you can manage working on the same office or remotely. We can share a file and we can work every part of the world, you can say that, in the same file.
Okay. Okay, and then which is the MVD? The MVD, I guess, is the collaboration system. Is based on a mandatory, on a proprietary, okay, proprietary, not mandatory format. But in the case of OpenBIM, your system is match the expectations, the IFC, the model, the interoperability OpenBIM with IFC4. I understand that is usual. The two systems are certified. And what MVD? MVD is module view definition, architecture, mechanical, structural, the three model view definition, even more, are available on your system?
Yes, OpenBuilding has several interoperability
Which
formats, including IFC, the JT from the mechanical. There's also for the plant industry, for open plant solutions, and also other open formats, including the IDGN model, model from the Open Design Alliance.
But okay. But you said architecture, structural, mechanical.
Architecture, structural, mechanical, plant
MVD4?
design. Excuse me, I didn't hear.
Architectural, mechanical, structural, in other more? Which one?
For product design, for infrastructure, for example,
Okay.
they are based on the same structure.
But OpenBuildings, we are talking about OpenBuildings or the
Yes,
whole documentary system?
about OpenBuildings.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Several
good.
translators.
A different scope, okay. And Claudio?
And in ArchiCAD, we have on this version 24 is the last one for now, the last but not the least. We have an architectural environment, map environment, structure environment. We have this the new this one available. Yes.
Okay. The second question now are more technical, are more features. Classification in Building Smart Data Dictionary, that is the whole mapping of the classifications. Okay. How use the classification? How you can use, if you use the classifications, maybe not implemented, but at disposal in your system, it's okay. You use only class. And if the Building Smart Data Dictionary is implemented in your system.
The being dictionaries, for example, we're talking about.
BSDD, the IFD, the dictionary, the terminology. The Building Smart Data Dictionary is expectation, and I guess in the future will be there. Omniclass and uniclass. Let's talk about that, okay?
As I was saying that we can use different templates to start a project. There are templates available to use uniclass, omniclass, already ready in the system.
Okay. Oh, okay. Prepare.
Okay. We have also this classification based on ArchiCAD, ready for use, and you can import any other kind of measure of classifications into ArchiCAD. So no problem. Yes, it's fair.
BSDD, Building Smart Data Dictionary, you hear about the implementation on your system? Will come, but I don't see yet. And some advice, a quick question. You expect something about the BSDD or not? No,
Yes.
not a problem.
Yes, it will appear here for sure. Yes.
You have that in your system or not? Yeah. Claudia, Silvio, sorry.
Oh, I am so sorry.
I'm sorry, I
This is
quite understand the question.
Yeah, no. Data dictionary, I guess, is not really well implemented, and is the open bin for terminology. The classification are not more than a part of the data dictionary, are mapped. But let's go down this road. And then the system of classifications, in one way, is you use a template that is compliance with Omniclass, and everything is prepared that, and objects, I guess, and everything is prepared for Omniclass. It's classified. In the case of ArchiCAD, is more manual. It's more do it by yourself. It's not. It's like choose the classification. Even you can choose Omniclass on one hand, and other object can be Uniclass. Is that way? You understand that? It's open for you. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm
Yes.
right? Yeah. Okay. The question of renovation and rehabilitation is more a hardest or the real renovation or something that happens all the time in the life cycle, in the operations and maintenance. Okay. And is capable your system to do that, to renovate or rehabilitate, has this kind of different status of the things, is capable to renovate, parts of renovation and rehabilitation?
Yes, there are two levels of this organization, one in project-wise to have this status, and other in OpenBuildings. OpenBuildings has the design history inside, so you can recall previous status of your project to do this renovation, for example.
Okay.
Yes, we have a very powerful tool in ArchiCAD, so we can do this kind of renovation, rehabilitation projects. Very simple, very easy.
I understand integrated, no? Only a tool
Integrated in
or
ArchiCAD.
integrated? Okay.
Yes, ArchiCAD 15.
Because renovation it has the complete solution has documentation and must be integrated because it's so hard to control. I understand that it's integrated in both sides, but interesting to know that it's integrated at level of the OpenBuildings, that is the BIM environment inventory, and also in project-wise. Quite interesting, you know. It's like in BIM Cloud there is some advantage of renovation, or is everything in ArchiCAD?
Everything in ArchiCAD.
Okay, thank you.
It's just one file. The other thing, BIM Cloud is just a support. You can use
exchange of information, no?
Yeah, can do more things like supporting the BIMX, but it's another way. It's another story.
Okay, support design alternatives. Your system support to have design alternatives and compare that, or you go from this point, you create that, and you can compare something to manage this kind of work in progress and then decide alternatives.
Yes, from these two levels again, because project price can manage different versions, and also in OpenBuildings using the design history, you can create different versions within the file.
Okay.
Yes, you can do these design alternatives within ArchiCAD. So we can manage one version, two versions of the same in the same file. The project, two versions of the same project. No problem.
Okay, let's go to collaboration itself. How the collaboration is organized in the system. I always talk about the collaboration system have roles or not, or maybe some of the roles, some types of the roles. Let's talk about that. Which is the is role based in your system, and which are these roles in your system? Which is the system that you use, and which roles determine?
It's
Yes.
Silvio?
So project-wise is role-based. So the roles are assigned to the user. When a user logs in the system, he has permissions to do something or do not do something. So when collaborating, each user has its own role assigned.
Which role? In the list of roles, more or less, please. Yeah.
You can create any kind of role. So the roles are based on how many permissions are you granting to this whole program. Administrator to just a file viewer, for
example, BIM coordinator, BIM architect,
coordinator, the
project
architect,
manager,
the reviewer, drafter, and
okay.
so on.
Okay, Claudio?
Yes, it's the same as Silvio. We have roles.
Okay.
We have roles you can do. There are BIM architect, BIM modeler, viewer, the project owner, everything. You just have to decide who does this and who see this or who see that. No problem.
Okay, the question of the collaboration means the communication one each other. Some dark system to communicate inside the, you say, BIM cloud or project-wise. Direct communication editors that are inside the project. We are talking about the people that are modeling, that are editors of the project. Some instant messaging or some system. Also to track the communications, because we are working together and we need information about this kind of communication for legal, even legal matters, you know, and security matters. There is some system, or you use another system or external?
There's again the two levels. There's from the OpenBuildings, you can use the communication system, which only opens the emails program that you have in your system.
Oh, no, see, not instant messaging, no email.
No, it's not proprietary, it's an email. And also you have ProjectWise, which has its own communication system, which sends a kind of email inside the system to each user.
Okay, that's not the point. Okay, Claudio?
Yes, we have a tool, it's called Teamwork, and which allows to share the file in the BIM cloud, and we can talk with each other by messaging, internal messaging of the file, not ArchiCAD, but each file has its own
file or projects. Sorry.
File.
File.
A project can be component of various files. Okay. Okay,
but I'm a little confused about right now, because we are talking about a project where a lot of people works. File is the project for you?
A file, okay, this file composed with several files. Okay, this project composed with several files. Okay.
Then I understand the question. Yeah, I know.
One file with several files.
Sometimes is you are working and you are not aware about. We are working all together, and it's usual for you maybe from the first time to work this way, and then this is a project, and then it's based on a file in the case of ArchiCAD.
Yes.
That's the point. Okay, Silvio?
Yes, I understood. This is different. So you have a shot system inside ArchiCAD, and no, ProjectWise in OpenBuildings does not have this shot system. The history of all communication is recorded, but as email, just as emails are recorded.
Following the question with you, Silvio, and then go to Claudio, we're talking about BCF, that is BIM collaboration format, that is the Open BIM format. We talk about in co-design, that is quite important, but using BCF between editors can be useful. In the case of teamwork, I guess it's based on that, more or less. Can be, I don't know, Claudio, you tell me. But in the case of BCF, OpenBuildings use BCF internally, can use BCF internally between
No,
one and two? No?
OpenBuildings doesn't use BCF files and does not have plugins to use. Project-wise 365, which is the cloud solution, can use BCF file and do this communication.
Okay, you distinguish so well between project-wise and OpenBuildings. In the case of Claudio, are talking about the same, no, as a system, but it's quite interesting the different dialogue, but it's the same, no, it has no at this point, but has in the BIM server or CDE. Claudio, sorry.
Yes, we have BCF inside of ArchiCAD for open being
internally,
internal and externally.
Yeah, externally must be, because the BCF was created to manage that. Internally also I understand that the two systems has the capabilities to exchange information dealing with the location of the issue or question.
It's pretty simple. It's very just have I can have a snapshot of the plans of the 3D, and the receiver can get the issue quite simple.
Yeah, one specific question that is well known and must, I guess all the system we insist from our point of view. In my case, my company being freelance and education, we insist in the software makers to increase the tracking of the different things that happens, of who approves, who is informed, who is consulted, who is the responsible of in this call it RASI or RASTI system. Is integrated the RASTI system, the tracking of this kind of exchanges information is integrated in your system?
Yes, it's inside project-wise, of course, and there are audit tools which records if someone opens a file, which date, which time, and what it did to the file.
Yeah, I understand that the file is there is a lot of files, and then you have this kind of, it's not like in our plan that is 13 files are reserved to a structure or reserved to for something. In your case, you decide which is the value of the information of a file, but are a lot of files, and then you can know who access and who modifies or something like that, no? Yes. That's quite interesting. In the case of ArchiCAD?
Yes, we can use this. We have this approve consult in ArchiCAD.
But you can send for somebody to approve,
yes,
or somebody to be consulted.
Yes, just it's
like, but the Rust itself is inside the whole system is RASI.
Yes, yes, it's just okay. Please do this. You can send some information to a user. Do this, and then you can approve or can disapprove within ArchiCAD. You don't need anything else externally.
Okay. Let's go to co-design. Is the third part of this second block, and this co-design is related with the clients and with the reviewers and with the consultants. It's more or less based on the design review process of the being used, the exchange of information, and is the information that our clients see, and when they don't like something, tell us. We are talking about BCF, and the BCF is available in both systems. We can confirm it's available for your clients, for the consultants. Silvia?
Yes, using the cloud solution, you can publish in terms, because you have to have the login to the system to access information, and this login is related to the whole basic system, which applies a whole to the user who access the information, of course. So you can publish
BCF
using BCF. Yes.
Okay, Claudio.
Yes, we also can use BCF, but that's for clients. We have a very powerful BIMX tool that can share the file on 3D You can. It's like a game. You just.
Okay. Let's go. And then Silvio, if you don't mind, Claudio starts, opens fire with different exchanging of information with the client. You said Graphisoft ArchiCAD has a system, has a tool to
Yes.
share with the clients. No, let's go on explaining. Please.
Yes. This tool is the BIMX, and the BIMX can get the also not only the 3D model that you can fly through. You can click on the wall and get information of that wall, but also you have on this same BIMX file, you have the plan, sections and elevations, whatever you put inside of the file, you can get that.
I know hypermedia.
Yes. Also, everything is going.
Everything is a lot, but almost anything is there.
Yeah, the sky is a lot, but you can put that everything there.
Okay, Silvio. Yes, sorry. Silvio, are you there? Silvio?
About collaboration system, we have
the clients, with external consultants, with reviewers, okay, from outside, not editors, but reviewers outside the BIM environment. They are not working on the environment, that are not editors, which is the solution in ProjectWise, OpenBuildings.
ProjectWise 365 has the solution to publish. That's why the BCF tools are only available in the cloud solution and not in the OpenBuildings.
Okay, cloud solution, but this is the kind of relationship you have with your clients with OpenBuildings and Bentley solution, no?
Yes, using the ProjectWise 365, of course. But if we are using a local server, then you have to publish somewhere, and you have to use other tools.
The mess of sharing files, that is a mess. That's the worst thing of not to have the cloud. Yes. I see. Okay, let's go to the third block. That is more technical, even more information for those who are deciding which are the issues, even at a legal level. We are talking about cybersecurity first, and then security and privacy. We are talking about security like the data security and the process of people modeling. And privacy deal with the issues of the compliance with the privacy laws, both in United States, Europe, Canada, Mexico, Colombia, South Africa, etc. Different ways. In Europe, is the same system, is the same place for the privacy, the same legal issues, but in the case of North America, in the case of Canada, different. Let's talk about cybersecurity. That is the capability of somebody to steal the whole information or even hack and monitorize the information of the project. Imagine a military facility that has some hacker has the information of some country. Hacker has the information. And then are encrypted the communications between the parts in using your collaboration system, ProjectWise or BIM Cloud, are encrypted the communications?
Yes, it's encrypted, and you have also have a username and password for the user, so we can get to the file, access to the file.
And ProjectWise, yes, uses the same communication with encrypted information. And also we have the second level of security using encrypting the file within OpenBuildings. We can lock the file and set a time of validate and a valid time to be open.
Okay, that's the same concept of cybersecurity. Let's go to security. It's more related with the thing you are talking about, the passwords and some levels of security, and you are not a user of this project, and and so on. But security is more. Let's talk about the breakdown of the roles. There is some implicit protection that one user can open all the files that are only accessible, and permissions that are granted only for this kind of roles, or even the management of the users is role-based, I guess, in both cases. And the security and the protection against sabotage or people doing bad things or bad guys, okay, inside the team, I guess that bad guys. I don't want that kind of thing to happen, but shit happens, okay. And then security is more dealing with also somebody that is doing a mess, is doing not for bad, to have it, to create some trouble in the team, are creating because they don't know that are creating the mess and are doing bad things because they don't know how to work, or they are in a situation that are working without thinking about what are doing, okay. Which are the tracking, which are the security of the system in your case, the loss of information, the task you must do to recover if it's possible, or this is great failures and you lost all the information sometimes. I guess must not happen, and not happens, never happens. But tell me.
Yes, we have we can track the file, what the user do. We can decide what do by role, and also we have a backup file. It's very important that you can save it hourly. You can save it, keep the last 10, last 20 files, copies. So if someone do something wrong, you just have to open the file, the backup file, and then continue working with no problem.
Sorry, Silvio, only one question for Claudio. This backup can be done by the BIM coordinator itself, somebody that has...
It's an automated backup.
Yeah, but who restores?
Yes, the one who have access to the BIM cloud server can do this. Just have the
administrator.
need for username and the password, and then you can restore the file with no problem. It's
No
just
problem.
a simple
question. Silvia.
Just a comment about the last question. Bente also has compliance with ISO 27001 and the Cloud Security Alliance, which complies with certifications for external agents not messing with our project. This is one point. And from internal, from the other side, when internal users mess something, ProjectWise can store the previous versions of your project always, just like every time you check up a file. The process of ProjectWise is checking out a file from the server, from the cloud, so you work locally, so you don't use your internet resources to that. And after completing your work, you can always check in or send information back so someone can see what's going on with the file. And each time this file in the cloud is updated or saved on, it can be restored from previous versions. So this means that the server stores all the information previously changed within it, so you can recall any of the files before saved.
I guess two different, quite different things, different systems, and the multi-file not more secure, but it's easier to recover because can be only a file or some. It's more tracked because it's divided into files. Really, the work is the file, and in the case of ArchiCAD, is more related with the restore of the whole file. But it's common this kind of thing to happen. It's common in your experience. The past 3 times, 3 years, 5 years. It's usual to have to recover.
It's easy to recover, but I have my own.
I know, but it's usual.
It's useful.
It's usual. It's usual in the 3. I mean, it's
no.
You have experience to do that so often?
No. I never done it. I never done this kind of recovery. So in my BIM cloud server, it's working, and okay, you have to. It depends, as you started the question, it depends of the user. It's not hacker, it's the user. He can do something wrong, and it probably didn't know it's done wrong. Only one week later or tomorrow, you will see that, oh, something is wrong here. Something deletes all the slabs. Who deletes all the slabs?
It's a question of skills and
yeah, the skills.
Senior experience, no?
Yeah.
Silvio, your...
Due to that, from user unskilled deleting something or corrupting a file, for example, it's pretty common. And I usually do that once every 2 months or 3 months in our project, but it happens.
Or one file, or only one file from the whole bunch of files you have?
Yes, usually because a user done something wrong or deleted everything and forgot and uploaded the file. So
I am curious about one question. If you have more or less, you are talking about, for example, in your case, large project probably, you are talking about people 3 months. Each 3 months there is 5 or 4 or 5 or 10 projects, and there is 100 people involved in the whole of these 5 projects, and only one guy each 3 times each quarter is doing bad thing, and this is so easy to recover this file and that's it. Seems to be not so a quite relevant thing.
No, but it's always a matter of worries with the user if he loses a week of work in a single file, but we can restore this file.
Okay, it's decomposed, and then it's not the whole team, but this guy or this is doing the bad job and losing this time, and seems to be not important, not relevant for the ROI, for the return on investment to have. It's quite good. It's a good news for for the whole people that are buying these systems, to be sure that it's quite rare to have a complete failure, a full failure in the system. Okay, so good. And then talk about privacy. Where is the information that there is local solutions? Okay, I understand. And you can compare even the local solution and the cloud solution about privacy, and which are the one that must be, in your case, with the privacy laws of the usual countries that you work with, maybe in Brazil, United Kingdom, South Africa, United States, but the privacy. Where is the information? And you can change the place of the information to change from one privacy law to the other and avoid issues, because it's a quite important legal matter. And even when you have the information for the future. Let's talk about this privacy issue.
For what I know, you have 2 kinds. We have a private server. You can install whatever you want. And if you use a BIM cloud based on Graphisoft, is on Google based. But
okay,
where it is, we don't know. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
It's secret.
No offer from the company to to put the virtual space, the virtual, even the private cloud in one. This is a question of the private cloud of the company, but no choice to select the
From Graphisoft, I
system.
don't know. I don't know if we can choose wherever we want to save the files. Usually it goes Google based, so it works faster. It will check the nearest server, so it can work faster. That's the point of view.
Yeah, that's an important point. Is now is only the companies are starting to thinking about. Okay, but we need to know as the managers, but also as modelers, also as the license buyers, no, the companies. Silvio, same
That's
issue.
true, because if we have a larger company for which the information is sensitive, probably this company will use the local server installation instead of a cloud solution, of course. And
We are talking about the same, the project wise, no, at local
yes,
level.
from project-wise point of view.
Like BIM cloud is so BIM cloud local, BIM cloud software as a service platform, and
Yes.
project-wise local, project-wise as a service from Bentley.
Yes. So these 2 points, and project-wise cloud servers are based on Microsoft, which is quite different. But of course, we never know where they will store the information. But probably mainly they are based in United States or some servers in Ireland or others. So because they have to comply to European guidance for privacy.
But you have the offer from the software maker to choose the location of the servers. It's a tricky question because it's now only supposed to be there, and it's quite difficult because are 2 companies, Bentley and Graphisoft, each one with other company like Google or Microsoft or Amazon Web Services. But you have this kind of advice for us. You can choose or not.
I don't know if you can choose, because probably you have to ask before Bentley that you have to comply to some regulations. So how can Bentley help about this? But as a common user, as a user from my point of view, I can choose where my information is stored now.
Yeah, I can tell something at this point for the software makers. We are talking with them because they are watching us. That the question of the privacy is a recurring question. I guess it's now some news that are something that is arising, and it's some question that is updating the architecture of the solution, software solution. The question is, people needs to know which is the country that are protecting the information and which are the laws, and it's a really hard legal matter. And then as technologies being managers and as the providers and the modelers need to know where is the information now and in the future, and it will change, etc. And then this kind of cloud that is elsewhere is not really a good advantage for companies and security, emerging security issues. And then you have solution for the local, that is being cloud at local level in on-premise. I guess you put there is your solution, is your, or somebody that has, for example, if you have the servers in Canada or in France, like is the case of OVH, or the case of Amazon Web Services can determine, or even Google or Microsoft can determine a virtual private server, for example, in a country, and then you can put there the solution for the whole collaboration of the team. Something is problematic, the local against the global, some feature is lost or is working good. We lost something, we have something from the cloud that don't have in this local server started there.
Is the same. If you are on only one file, or in a local, or in a BIM cloud, everything is
Even
Same.
even collaboration with co-design with the client, even with external.
Yes. You just have one ArchiCAD.
Yeah, BIM X is working and ProjectWise 360 is working fine and no problem. It's the same, no?
Yep.
Okay, so good. And then we recommend BIM managers to use the local solutions, because we are advising that is something that is adding, will have some position from the software companies. The case of Zoom, for example, we are recording this session, and this record is choose to be in United States, you know, and because we have the possibility in Zoom to choose the server and to choose the country. That's one great advantage for some software makers of systems. And we advise the Autodesk, Graphisoft, and MS-Check, Trimble, and Bentley, that is the largest, and others, to do so. And when they have a software as a service, can locate the servers from the maker solution in one place. Okay, no problem, because we covered this issue. It's so well, and we go to the last block that is so easy. 2 questions is how we have the information, how we produce the information, the 4D, time, 5D, cost, and 7D, sustainability, more energy analysis, okay? More energy right now, but in the future will be more broad, or sustainability. And on the other side, which is the strength of your system for the IPD, okay?
Yes, for open buildings, you can use several tools which are inside. For example, the energy simulator, which is the 7D. For 4D, Bentley has a integrated solution using Synchro, which communicates using IFC files. And for scheduling is 4D. And for quantities, view of materials, and so on, you use internal tool from OpenBuildings.
Internal tool you have inside, not external.
Yes.
And for energy evaluation, you have, you tell.
Energy evaluation and internal also, which is the energy simulator, which is a workflow inside OpenBuildings.
Integrated in the workflow of design, in the design
Yes,
output. Yeah.
in the same program.
Claudio?
Yes, in ArchiCAD, you used to have a small file, a small application to do this kind of time, but it's not used. Usually we go to some external open beams. Cost 5D, yes, we have, no problem. Energy also, yes, we have an eco designer to do this kind of schedules and showing which are the cost of energy during 1 day or 1 year, whatever. You can access all the information.
And then from the 5D in ArchiCAD is not internal, you need an external application. But
5D is internal. Costs, you can access to costs.
Okay.
But for time construction,
for project
okay, you can see the building rising up, but there are better softwares that can do better.
Need to be improved, no?
Yeah, nobody, you almost know some, I don't know.
Most of the users of ArchiCAD are architects, and then this is not the duty of the architects to do so.
Yes,
yes. There is a lot of people working there, but I understand that there is external use. Is usual to work with Bike or Synchro.
Yeah, Synchro. Yes.
And in the coast, there is several systems, even in the Spain and Latin America, is quite often to use data construction bases. Yeah. And it's so often when you have no information about the construction system, you are the quantity surveyors and has. I guess Excel spreadsheets are not the right place, but it's not the right interoperability, but there is solutions out there. And then we have the information prepared to evaluate not only the construction, but the whole maintenance and operations of the building. And then we prepare the information, no problem with that. within the ArchiCAD system and OpenBuildings system. Okay, and then last question, that is the conclusion of the strength of your system to help to implement integrated project delivery. That is the point of the clients. They are requesting not project, but integrated project delivery model. Everyone working in the early design stage, as we know. And then, which are the what do you mean? What do you think about the strength to the whole collaboration, reviewers, clients, consultants, the team, engineers, at the same time in the early design stage? Is possible with the things that arise, is possible in your system and is working for the IPD? Your system is viable for the IPD?
Yes, it's available. We can all work on the same, but for delivering, because for making for measures about structural AVAX and so on, most of the people use other softwares to do this kind of. But then you can put all together in the
it's all together, collaboration, everyone interoperating, and the system is available.
Yes.
Not only with internal system. I guess it's so complicated to have all the system from structural, from energy analysis, from cost, from time simulation, to have internally in only one solution. I guess this solution doesn't exist in the world. And then you need to use other solutions that are used by engineers and interoperating.
Yeah.
But the environment is prepared to collaborate and interoperate, and all the information we deliver to the client, and then decision making is done, and it's okay.
Yes.
In your case, Silvio?
Avoiding the question of the IPD and all the, if it's available or not for everyone, but yes, ProjectWise can help using this approach for integrated project delivery, sharing the responsibility in all and so on. But we see that, of course, it's a matter of organizing how the projects are being done in the first place. And you can use the tools available to apply and comply for the IPD.
I feel comfortable to say that we talk about a lot of times, and you see not the glass half full, but half empty. Okay, but we are talking about the client requesting not BIM but IPD, because you can request that the team work with BIM, OpenBIM based systems, but this is an open discussion. Now, at the end of the BIM one-on-one, about what are delivering to the client. The client must request us to do IPD, and then we can organize. I guess is your point, and I agree with you that the clients must request IPD. The question is only a little small, less than 1% of the market are requesting IPD project because they don't know. And then organizations like people like you, the experts, and being freelance, and other organizations, a lot of people in communities are trying to increase the awareness of the public to explain that this is the right thing to request. IPD theory is from 2007. Okay, a lot of years and a lot of improvements from the 2007. And right now in 2021, we see, and we have the confidence that you are showing us all the things incredible things done on the whole 13 years, 14 years. And it's quite incredible, the advance on everything, on graphics, on internet. But for the question of IPD to be more open, do you expect the public, the clients, the investment fund really request IPD because it's clear that all the technology and the people are there prepared to do that? Are you expect that the increasing of this kind of model, the construction model?
Yes, yes, it's the future. You have one file, everything. I think it's in many in Singapore probably they are already using this.
Yeah.
It depends where are your clients, where are the users of ArchiCAD, because yes, if you do one very big solution project, you have to do this. You have to put all together. Otherwise, you can lose information.
Okay. Silvio, your opinion in this open question about IPD? I have.
Yes, I think IPD is an inexorable. It's unavoidable. We will get there because the IPD is. We can see IPD being done now in the discrete product industry, for example, the manufacturing industry, because everything is integrated and related, and everybody, we mean every player in the project is responsible for each part of the project. For a new product to be released, for example, even if it's a car or a television or a new set of computer, for example.
You have this kind of experience with car makers in large factories in Brazil, and you see the Siemens concept. I know. Your opinion, IPD is coming from the industry, the preparing industry, and other industries is coming.
Yes, because construction is also an industry, and we are just getting there, and we will get there.
Yeah, Claudio says something that is quite interesting. Is countries or little countries with great and efficient management of the construction, even at national level, like Norway, or Denmark, or Finland, or Singapore, that are not United States, that is more complicated, but is evolving faster right now. But the question is, in the maturity matrix, the IPD as a standard that is only achieved with large knowledge and comprehension and awareness about the BIM and BIM methodology, that is the IPD. And it's quite interesting, Claudio, you said that these countries, and from me, it seems to be that the maturity matrix is the use of the IPD in each country. The request for the client, the percent of the clients that request IPD model against the other models, not design build, design build and other relational models. But the request for IPD, I guess, is the maturity of the system, not requesting BIM, but requesting IPD. That are we do little BIM, and the big BIM, is the IPD. This big BIM now is IPD in my. Let's talk. Last question for you, and talk about to close. Okay, IPD. If you have something to add.
No, it's just this BBB, big BIM boom.
Big BIM bam boom, yeah.
Big BIM bam boom is for for this delivery. Yes, this delivery is good because you don't lose. As I already said, you don't lose information. Everything's there. Yes, but the problem is, what about who belongs the information? This is a tricky. This is a very complicated issue, because the project is from the architect. Is the architect project? Is the architect copyright? But the owner has everything. It's not simple to manage that.
Okay.
The architect says every evolving.
This is a really interesting question for a debate with all of you in the great debate. When we do the great debate, this one of the questions: who owns the information, and which is your opinion about that? Okay. Thank you, Claudio. Silvio,
this is important. And also, I have one point, because the construction industry relies strongly in documentation. So legally speaking, you have to publish a drawing or a document to consolidate or to deliver a project. So everything is based in documents.
You expect this kind change and destroy the sheets or the paper, the sheets, and base it on the 3D models. Information is there.
We should rely on 3D models. The 3D models, the BIM models have everything. It has everything. So just as it happens, for example, in the automakers industry, the project is delivered by models, not only the documentation. Documentation is of course required because you have the copyrights to be issued and everything and so on. And also certifications, but certifications are documents, are texts. The drawings itself are not really required to produce a new car, for example. It's required to have the models with all the information in it, the precision of the model and so on. So in construction, we have this, let's say, paradigm that the paper is important now because you have to present the paper to the government to approve your project or not to be constructed, for example. So we still have to rely in a document. By now we publish a PDF file, and so we don't have the paper anymore. We can present the file as the document, as a PDF file. But it's still a document. It's not the model, which has more information than just a document.
Yeah. Thank you for this comment, because we have in BIM Freelance, we have an event called BIM Zero. Is already there, talking about the purpose of the BIM. And then we are talking about the quality of other industries implement, and even this kind of lean approach are being implemented in the eco industry from the automotive industry. You know, the TPS, Toyota Production System, lean construction are following this kind of methodology. This is not only technology in the new eco, our methodologies like IPD. And then we have the advice for our watchers to go to the BIM Freelance YouTube channel and go to the BIM Zero and watch the purpose of the BIM. That is the point. We are trying to create products that has the quality and the performance of other industries that already done in the systems. And one important point is you tell that other industries use the model, are semantic, is a car or a boat. It's quite interesting that this comment, because we are then going to the IPD, and IPD is really working on the 3D world. It's only 3D, and then information is there. We can obtain layouts and information and tables to work with, but the model and the data is there. And okay, and thank you, Claudio, for the suggestion of for the question of the data, for the great debate, and see you in the next event of the BIM one-on-one series. Thank you, Claudio. Thank you so much. Thank you, Silvio, for being here, and see you next event.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Gustavo.
Bye-bye.
Bye.